All right, we are recording. I had to look at the date. Okay, welcome to the team call, guys. It is November 19th and middle of the month. This is already flying by again this month, you guys. I can't even believe it. There's so much going on right now. Like I said, I'm a little flustered, but so excited you guys are here, and we have a month and a half left to really hit it hard, you guys. And one thing that came to mind to me to tell you guys, and I know we've talked about it before, but is with Thanksgiving coming up, this is like, if you've been talking to anybody or talked to people this week, this is a great time to talk to people about the the refresh, 3-day refresh for after Thanksgiving. That's what I'm doing. I have like a whole list of people that I'm talking to tonight that I want them to do the 3-day refresh with me after Thanksgiving. Because everybody's going to be feeling the turkey bloat, and they're going to want to do something before Christmas, whether you start talking about that or even like a 5-day free clean eating group, get people primed up, for another group coming up, whatever you have, in mind, written down on your calendars already, plan for something like that. Even if you don't do like a challenge that requires a fitness program, say you just do like a refresh and then get people on Shakeology so that during the holidays or leading up to the holidays, they're getting that energy, they're getting some good nutrition while they're frantically freaking out about the holidays like we always all are at the last minute. At least they're getting that kind of good nutrition that's gonna, kind of keep them centered a little bit, keep them away from Starbucks maybe when they're out shopping. But that's just a good thing to start to keep talking to people about if you haven't already, to get that on their mind. And like always, those challenge packs, it's the fixes and the size. Keep talking to people about those. I'm going to offer some incentives. I've hit Success Club, so I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to try and set a stretch goal of 15 and see where it takes me. But just setting your goal high, setting your Success Club goal no matter what the next 2 months, you guys, and finish strong. Basically, we're helping 3 people, guys, 3 people in a challenge pack, in a challenge group. If you guys want to collaborate, message me. Like, we can all collaborate together. Or, pair up with another coach if you only have a couple people that want to get involved. But just keep reaching out to people. And like, now is the crunch time to continue to add more people to your network so that you have people to communicate with once the new year comes around. It's so crucial to keep these conversations going, and just to invite them, plant that seed. Have you ever considered doing this for your health? Use one of the scripts, get those conversations going. Oh, hang on a sec. Jax, will you let the dogs in? I forgot them. Jackson. Sorry. The dogs are outside. I hear Harley barking. Hurry, quick. She's probably freezing. Quick, quick, quick. Okay. Sorry, guys. I forgot the dogs outside. Okay. I digress now. Yeah, just get the challenge groups rolling. Just get talking to people. Okay. I'm just going to roll really quick into the recognition for team volume for this past week. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of time to write down all the extra stuff tonight. But starting at 200, everybody that was in the 200s was Amber Cherniak, Chad Fisher, Ann Callar, Laura Sudbeck, Christy Riggs, and Heather Thompson. In 300 was Kim Murphy. 400 was Heidi Woodall. 500, Beth Delabar, Krista Bai, and 900 was Stacy. Congratulations, guys. Stacy got a pretty fun lead. She said it ordered a bunch of Shakeology, so she had jackpot. Pretty awesome. I just closed my notes. Yeah, so just keep it up, guys. Get some extra spending money for you too. For Christmas. That's always fun. Okay, so what I kind of wanted to chat about tonight was I wrote down kind of 6 best practice tips for long-term growth as a coach in this business who's growing this business. There's a lot of this stuff, it always gets repetitive, but I feel like some of these things are just good to touch on, just to remind us of, why we're in this, and things that are just going to continue to help us down the road. So I had 6 tips written down, and kind of reverting back to these things has kind of helped me, continue to grow as a leader, and it just kind of helps all the way across the board in your life. Okay, so the number 1 tip that I wrote down was you have to get over fear. Okay, we have fear in everything we do, you guys, and maybe it's fear of sharing your story out on social media. It's your fear of talking to people, inviting people to this opportunity. You're afraid of what somebody might say if you ask them. You're afraid of rejection. Some people are afraid of success. That's a thing too. But it's in everything we do, but you have to work on getting over that fear of whatever it is that you have, because fear is going to ultimately hold you back in whatever you do. So I wrote down a couple of things of, ways to kind of help you get over that fear. Fear in anything that you're having, especially when it comes to this business. You have to, number 1, raise your confidence. And the way you're going to raise your confidence is take action on these things. Do the scary things. Do one scary thing every day. I've been seeing that a lot lately. I don't know where it is. Like somebody posted a Bible kind of study thing that said, do something scary today. But there's a quote that I heard somewhere. It said, action breeds confidence. So the more you do, the more you succeed, the more you fail, the better you're going to feel about what it is you're doing. So just get out there and, do those scary things, whatever it is, because that's ultimately going to help you gain that confidence. I know for me, I was terrified, like just not too long ago, I was worried about, there's a few people that were on my list that I wanted to reach out to, and I didn't reach out to them because I was afraid of what they were going to say, because they were already in the fitness industry and they just seemed like, a sapphire personality, where they are, I feel like superior to me sometimes because I'm not that personality. I feel like I can't match them where they are personality wise. So I feel intimidated. And I was holding myself back from having that conversation. And finally I said, you know what, enough of this. I'm not worried about this anymore. Whatever they say, it means it's either not their time or we're not meant to be matched. And that's it. So I reached out, had those conversations. 1, 2 of them said, oh, I really appreciate you thinking of me. This is awesome. I'll think about it. One said, you know what? I love your posts. I love watching what you're doing, but this is just not for me, and I accepted that. Moving on. I'm looking for somebody else. I'm not going to let that break me down because somebody told me no. We're going to hear so many no's during this journey as a coach. It's like you have to just kind of embrace that and just know that start to expect those no's. The other thing that I wrote down to kind of help you get over it is reflecting back on yourself and ask yourself, where would I be without Beachbody? What if my sponsor did not invite me to this opportunity? What would my life be like? How has this impacted my life, whether it's Shakeology or the workouts or the community or being a part of this team, getting connected to personal development, think about that. What has this done for you? And then think about how you would feel, like I said, how you would feel if somebody didn't ask you to become a part of this. And then think of it this way. If, I never reached out to this gal, that I was so worried about talking to, what if she was made to do this? What if this was Beachbody coaching was something she was really made to do and I denied her that opportunity because of my fear? Same thing goes for you guys. It's just like, what if, and just think about what has this done and what could this do for the person that you're about to ask? It's like put yourself aside and think about the other person. Let's see, what else did I have? Okay, I got number 2. That was number 1, kind of breaking into getting over the fear. Okay, so number 2, you have to get over the rejection. I tied in a little bit of this to the first one because we have that rejection all the time and we're going to get no's all the time. Sometimes you can feel like it's a personal attack on you, because we all get either no or we send messages and people ignore us and you think, oh, what did I say? Did I say something wrong? They don't like me. You're going to put that back on yourself. And then, you know, a lot of people will just stop, you know, they'll stop messaging and be like, I can't do this, you know, and I get all these no's. Well, there's that book, Go for No. They wrote it for a reason, because they want you to go out and get as many no's as you possibly can from everybody. Welcome the no's. Try to get as many no's as you can, because at least you're planting a seed, and at least you're getting out there and trying, you know, because if you're not trying, you're not doing it. You're not living. You're not trying your best. And the best way, you guys, to get over that fear of rejection is I'm always gonna say personal development. Dive into those personal development books to help you get over that. That's the best way that I found that it's helped me get over my fears and my, you know, worries about getting rejection. Like I said, that Go for No book, perfect. Get that book if you want to, you know, dig more in on that. Number 5, no, gosh, I know, here goes to my phone. I said number 5. I'm on number 3. Going to my phone notes. Oh, another thing too, helping you get over that fear of rejection is getting to events, you guys. By going to like Summit and the Super Saturdays and any events that you possibly can, you're going to hear all these stories from all these people of their rejection and their failures, and people telling them, no, I'm not going to be a coach. And you know, you'll hear it all from all of them, and just being a part of these events and hearing these stories from other people is huge to help you gain that confidence too. Okay, number 3 I have is be patient. This is something that tries your patience every day, right? You know, it's just like clean eating. You know, you have to, and starting a new workout, you have to, you can't expect you're going to lose 10 pounds by Friday. You start on Monday. You have to, you know, people get anxious and they want it now. We're like in a world of instant gratification where we want everything now. We want it yesterday. You know, I just like with coaching, it's like you can't sign up like 100 coaches this month and expect to be like a 2-star diamond, you know, by the next month. It doesn't work that way. It takes time. It takes years. It just takes time to foster relationships with the people that you're coaching, bringing into your challenge groups. It takes time to build relations with people, to realize and hear them and what they need, and if this is a good fit for them. It takes time to build that trust. Takes time to help groom your team to reaching their goals and to getting where they want to be as well, and to teaching the system of duplication of how you did exactly how, you know, what you did to get where you are. So as you grow as a leader and as you grow in this business, you're going to, you know, move up the ladder in the ranks. You teach your teams exactly what you did, but know that it just takes time for all this to happen. And you can't feel like a failure when it doesn't happen in the time that you want it to. Like, I've been in this for 5 years and I'm just hitting 2-star diamond, you guys. I could have quit a long time ago because I'm watching people that have only been in this for 2 years shoot to 15-star. You know what I mean? And there are times where I do this comparison game. I'm like, why am I not there? What am I missing? You know, but it's the heart and the hustle and the passion and my why that keeps me coming back every single day. And it's you guys that show up every single day that makes me want to get up and be the best person that I can be, and to learn as much as I possibly can so that I can show you and teach you guys how to get to your goals, how to get to the level where I'm at, if that's your desire. You know, that's why I haven't quit and why I won't quit. I'm in this for the long haul. So just, you know, plan, like I said, I'm in for the long haul. I hope you guys plan to be in this for the long haul, and don't let the little hiccups along the way, you know, derail you at all. It may for a few days, it may for a week. We all have that, but don't let it, you know, don't ever give up. That's all I'm going to tell you, is just don't, because this is too golden of an opportunity for that to happen. So set goals and just, you know, keep digging with them and just be patient, and know that in time, and if you're doing all the activities that we talk about to do every single day, that you guys are going to get there. Just have to be patient. Okay. Number 4 that I have written down is relationships and people come first. So this kind of across the board, whether it's with your clients that you're talking to, don't ever look at them as a success club point. A lot of people will get frustrated, be like, I didn't sell a challenge pack. I didn't get my success club points. They didn't sign up. Don't lead with your agenda. Okay. You have to care about them and their needs and what it is that they want and what this can fulfill for them. It's not about you. You have to remove yourself and your goals from that, because once you start leading with that, shit's going to hit the fan, just to be straight up with you. It just won't work. You have to put other people before you. Same thing with when you come with your, bring on coaches onto your team and you start growing a team. You can't lead with your agenda. It has to be, you need to figure out what your coach's whys are. And you need to know what that is and why they're in this business. And the days that they have, they're having tough days, you remind them of their why. I know people on this team that want to quit their jobs as bad as I do. I'm going to remind them of that. You want to do this because you don't want to work your job anymore. Just like why I keep doing it, because I don't want to work mine anymore. So lead with what other people's needs are and their goals instead of yourself. You're going to go way farther that way if you're paying attention to what everybody else needs instead of you. Okay, and then I just wrote down number 5. You have to have a vision for your life. This is something that I think I learned it from Shalene somewhere. But you should always be kind of thinking about, what does like a perfect day, what would a perfect day look like for you? For me, it would be waking up at 9 o'clock or taking Jackson to school, sitting and having coffee until 9 o'clock, maybe doing a workout at 10, having conversations with my coaches that are also stay at home now because they're working full time, and then maybe taking my dogs for a walk. And, you get the picture. You just paint that picture of what your perfect day would look like, and just have that vision, and that why, that's what is going to help keep you, getting up an hour earlier to do your power hour, or it's going to keep you up at 10, 11 o'clock at night, sending out messages. That big reason, the thing that's going to make doing this continuously every single day, it's going to make it worth it. Put it down in a notebook and write it down what that day exactly looks like. What are you smelling? What are you wearing? Who is spending that time with you? And then you really start to envision it and you're like, oh, I want that so bad I can taste it. I will do anything for that. That's kind of what I do every day, you guys, to help keep me going through the ups and downs of this. So have that vision, because we are in this, we do a lot of things. We're hustlers, right? With this, it's like you feel like you're hustling all the time. I know I do. And at some point, you guys, we're going to get to that point where we don't have to hustle so much. But, when you're taking off with the business, that's kind of how it goes. It's like you have to be messaging people. You have to be getting groups ready. You have to be posting in groups. It's those mundane, unsexy, unfun things to do sometimes. But that's the stuff that you got to do on a daily, consistent basis to get you to where you want to go. But just know that it's going to pay off, even though it may suck right now. Sometimes it's going to pay off down the road if you just keep sticking to it. I promise you. Okay, number 6, what I had is just be you. You have to be you. You're going to see so many other coaches out there, doing something, and you're going to feel like, I got to do what they're doing, or I got to post how they're posting. You get kind of caught up in the mix of all of that, but you really got to be yourself, because you're the most comfortable in yourself. I know for a while I was observing too many people, and I was trying to be somebody I was not, and I didn't like that. And then I'm like, I was just like, you know what, whatever. I'm not even going to pay attention to what everybody else is doing. I'm just going to do me, do you times 2, and know that that's enough. We'll be posting about health and fitness and stuff all the time, you guys, but say you're a person that's just not all about fitness. Maybe that's not completely your thing, which I know it's, You know, you look at Lindsay Matway. She doesn't like to work out. She used to be the top coach in the network. That's not her thing. So she posts about a lot of the things that she does like: fashion, family, faith. You know, so find the things that you are really passionate about and talk a lot about that. You know that you're sprinkling out there that health and fitness is still part of your life. Beachbody is a part of your life, but it's not your everything. So just because you're a Beachbody coach doesn't mean that you're just all of a sudden all about health and fitness. You got to sprinkle in other parts of your life so that people know who you are and kind of things that you like, because they may like them too, and they can connect with you on that level as well, you know, outside of just health and fitness. So be you, and you know, what you're all about. You know, there's, you know, some people that just won't, maybe they don't know exactly how to be themselves, or they're, you know, you'll come across somebody who might seem a little awkward or uncomfortable, like, you know, like they're hiding something. You know, it's like they just don't know how to be themselves. And then I'm going to lead that back too. If like you're in a situation like that, go back to personal development and find a book that's going to help you, you know, just learn how to be yourself and how to, you know, put yourself out there in the best light and share the best parts of you with other people so that they can ultimately connect with you as well. Okay, that's what I had for notes, and that's kind of just some of the points that I wanted to share that that I thought were kind of on my mind that might help some of you in some way, shape, or form, or I hope at least. Because all these things, it's just like ultimately, you know, it all rolls up to, you know, your vision and your why, and just sticking with this, the whole long-term growth thing. It's like, this is a process, and it can be hard. It can be so hard at times, you guys, but just know your reasons for this and reflect on that every day. Like, I can't stress that enough, how I could give up like so many times, but it's just my job, leaving my job and bringing Dan home is like the biggest key thing for me. You know, I want to do everything that I possibly can, show up on days where I'm exhausted. I have to work overtime. I don't have dinner done, but I show up because I want to be here for you guys. You know, I want to do this, and I want to do everything I can to help as many people as I can have success in where they want in their life. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we have some time, so I don't know if you guys have any other questions. You can go ahead and feel free to unmute or freely chat if you want.
I like to go for the no thing. I forget about that all the time. Like, it's like I almost need to like make a poster like to remind myself, like, go for the no. And
write it up on the wall, go for no.
Yeah, I know. It's like just reminding myself of that makes me feel better. It's like, yeah, who cares, really? I mean, who really cares?
Yeah, it's like, who cares what people think of you? It doesn't matter. You know, it's planting a seed. It's either not their time, or it's just, you know, it's not for them. And that's okay. And we just have to be okay with that. You know, I was that way for a while too. I was like frustrated. I'm like, I don't want to hear no, because you don't want to feel rejected. Like, who likes to feel rejected, you know? But at the same time, it's just not for them, and that's okay. It's not about us.
I have a hard time with like people that are like, oh, I want to get a challenge pack. I want to try Shakeology. And then like, so you'll tell them like getting towards the end of the month, and 21 Day Fix is probably not going to be on sale next month. Like, and they're, you know, like that's where it bothers me. It's like when they change their mind or something, and it's then having to go back and like, I feel like I'm bugging them, you know? So I think,
I don't know. Yeah, that is just having, you know, having that decided follow-up system, like how you want to follow up with people, because I get that all the time too. You know, it's just like you follow up, you say, okay, every, you know, a few days, you know, if they haven't reached out to me before the deadline, you know, have a follow-up with them then, and just, you know, let them know you don't want to leave them out, that you're finalizing this and this is the end date. And then if that time goes past, you know, and they, oh, did I lose you guys?
Mm-mm.
Okay. No. Okay. I had weird pop-up screen here. Yeah, if that time has passed, be like, hey, I sorry I missed you, just reach out again and let them know that, that you have another group coming up. Do you want, ask them if they can be followed up with again in another month, and then just see if they respond then. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and then you just leave it at that, but don't ever take them off your list, because maybe you still reach out to them anyway in a month, and maybe they just had something really crazy happen in their life and they haven't checked their messages, or they completely forgot to go back. Who knows? You just never know what's going on in other people's lives. So when that happens, it's frustrating as all get out. We've all been there. We've all been through it. But just, it's just the art is in the follow-up, and just, if it's not then, check back later on. Just write them in your notes to do it again later, and just brush it off. That's the best I can do, because I get frustrated too.
I know. I think I get most annoyed when they just don't write me back. And it's like, just say no. I'd rather hear no than nothing, like, don't ignore me, because that just pisses me off.
It does.
And I'm just going to bug them some more then every day. Say no and I'll leave you alone.
I know. I felt like saying some of that. I do know, just tell me yes or no already. Wait.
I know. Like, I don't care. Just don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
I just wish people would realize that it's not like such a waste of money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and really $140, half of them probably spend that much in alcohol or cigarettes or whatever anyways.
Yeah.
And if I could afford it as a single mom, that's what I don't get. Like, why? I don't know.
Yeah, you just have to paint that picture. Like, just what you said. You say, I'm a single mom, and you do the feel, felt, found. I get it. I know how you feel, because I felt this way when I first started, because 140 seemed like a lot, because I'm a single mom, raising some girls. But what I found is when I started this is what it did for me, but just like, I feel you. And then this is what I found. And, they either that'll resonate with them somewhere, or it's just, they're not ready. And I found that too. It's just, they're not ready to really fully commit to themselves, to make that investment in themselves, but you've planted that seed, you've shared your piece of your story, and you got to know that that's okay. And just keep that conversation going with them, keep building a relationship with them, because maybe it's not that time for them now, but it will be down the road. And you're just so they know you're always there. And then when that time comes, they will come to you. That's the biggest thing I can say, is just, for that's how it's worked for me. So, yeah. Like it said, it's dirty work, you guys. I mean, sometimes this gets dirty and frustrating and hard, but it's going to be like this forever. So you have to find those ways that you're comfortable with getting around everything, and, and just be accepting of, that this is just part of the business, and you just roll through it, and then pushing forward and finding those people who are ready to be coached by you and to hear what you have to say. Those people are out there, but you just got to dig around and find them, the ones that are really ready. Yeah. Anybody else got anything?
Do we know anything about Black Friday?
No, I haven't heard anything yet about Black Friday.
Because when did it, I can't even remember, when did it start last year? Wasn't it like a week long or something?
It started like on Monday, didn't it?
Yeah.
I bet we'll hear something like,
Sunday?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometime, I swear they told us on Wednesday even. It started to get leaked, because the elite people, the elite coaches, they get to hear about it. They're probably hearing about it on Monday or the weekend. I don't know. They'll hear, and usually there's some kind of a leak. So if anybody has their ear out there and hears anything, post it in our group, because usually something gets snuck out there. But something will be going down. As soon as I hear something, I'll post it. But I'm putting you guys on that task too, so put it in there if you hear. And that's a big thing too. I mean, that can blow up your volume in your back office. All kinds of little things like that. Even if you guys buy prizes for your groups, there's all kinds of good stuff that's pretty cheap that you can give away for prizes in your group. So it's load up, and as soon as those go live, you want to jump on them, because when they start, they're gone right away. They really are, especially all the good stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, what else did I have to say? Oh, I was told on this call that I am qualified to go to this new leader retreat in Los Angeles in January. So they're going to be sending me an email pretty soon. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of freaking out.
Congrats.
Yeah, in like LA. Yeah. So I'm kind of like freaking out, excited. I'm like tearing up.
You'll probably get to go to like the headquarters. And
yeah, I think that's part of it too, is getting to go and check out the headquarters and stuff. So I'm like freaking out. But he said you go by yourself, and I'm like, I can't go with anybody. And Heather Johnson, my success partner, she was supposed to be hitting 2-star, but she dropped out of qualification. So she started it again. So if she holds for 6 weeks, she can go too. Otherwise, I'm going solo.
What do you have to do to qualify for it? Like, what do you mean? What's that process?
Okay, like once you have a coach who achieves diamond rank, you have to hold it for 6 weeks. The coach has to hold it for 6 weeks in order for you to advance to a star. So like before I turned 1 star, Laura was my first diamond. So she hit diamond and she had to hold it for 6 weeks and not fall out. So everybody, her emeralds had to stay, and she had to have all her other 6 coaches in place staying active in order for her to achieve, or for me to achieve that first star. So yeah, once that happens, then you get to the next level. Yeah. So then the 2-star.
Pressure there, Stacey.
Huh?
I said a little pressure there, Stace.
Yeah. Like, I'll hold it. I'm holding.
Yeah, so and then what's even cooler is like I've been listening to some calls, and once you hit, like I think I told you guys, like the 2, 5, 10, and 15 star, you get a part of this bonus pool. And he reminded me that once you hit 5 star, you get like the pool is anywhere right now, he said, from $2,500 to $2,900 every 3 months. So you know what I'm thinking when he's talking about this money, I'm thinking of a freaking epic team retreat somewhere is what I'm talking. So I'm thinking like we need to get to 5 stars so we can spend this bonus money on a mass retreat and take all the leaders to this team to a retreat. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So we got our work cut out for us, guys.
How old do you have to be to sign up for to be a coach? Do you have to be 18?
I believe you had to be 18. Yeah.
Okay, because my nephew asked me. He's starting to drink Shakeology.
Yeah.
And he asked me if he could be a coach so he could get it for cheaper. And I told him he had to wait a couple years because he'll just be 17 next month.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Once he turns 18, I believe he's good to go.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, it's telling me less than a minute. I don't want to get cut off from you guys. So, thank you guys so much for hopping on. You guys are the best. Like I'm celebrating everybody today. This is a huge team thing, and we can tell.
Congratulations to you too.
Yeah.
This is so awesome, you guys. So just keep pushing and keep going for your goals, and have a happy Thanksgiving. We won't have a meeting next week, so have a great Thanksgiving and enjoy your families and enjoy that night off. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
Bye.